Hello world, Mining Moron here, and welcome back to another hardcore Minecraft video. As you can see, I've finally finished my massive base at Nether spawn, and let me tell you, it look pretty cool now, I have to admit, but the spawn point used to be terrible. This is what the area looked like the very first time I went to the Nether. An absolutely horrific spawn, especially for a hardcore world. I almost actually gave up and built a portal somewhere else, but I stuck with it, and I'm glad I did because the lava oceans are really an amazing place for a late game space. There's just so much space to build with. But from day 50-ish until well past 1000, this fugly cobblestone bridge was the only thing I built in the Nether. Then around day 1200, I built a much fancier bridge using locally available materials, and then left it alone until 3100 when I began building a real nether hub. And now at day 3600, it's finally finished, and I'm really excited to show you everything in the space. But first, if you enjoy this kind of content and want to see more like it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. It really means a lot to me and helps me out. Now, let's get going. At the bridge entrance, which is basically the main way to get in and out of open nether, the very first thing I ever built in this base. And yeah, you can see the nether brick and blackstone palette. That's going to be super common throughout this build. And over here we have the nether portals. All of these just lead back to my main overworld base. And then this is one of two hallways that basically leads towards where all the important things are kept. As you can see, there's a sign pointing towards the south lobby, so let's go check that out. And here we are at the titular south lobby. There's just this kind of like a weird conduit thing, but made of crying obsidian, because bartering farms generate tons of that, and also gold because I have a gold farm and just want to flex. And then there's a nice little reflecting pool and a pattern on the floor, and then these buttons to prevent magma cubes from spawning. And then up here, there is a nether highway that leads towards my guardian farm, and also another nether base. I'm not gonna go there because I already have videos on those, but yeah. And then down here, this floor is the bartering farm, and it's active right now. Basically, you can see I have 8 piglins who are trapped in here and sentenced to eternal slavery, and when I dump gold at them, they just dump items into these chests, so they can come pick them up whenever. Yeah, bartering farms kind of require a high-powered gold farm to work, but I fortunately did that, so it's not too big of an issue. And then if we go one floor down, we have some villagers. I have another trading hall, and they're basically butchers with perfect trades because I needed to do something with all the meat from my hogman farm. Although I'm actually out right now, and I don't really see any real need to go up there and AFK, but yeah. And then down here, there's even more butchers and also some leather workers because the Hogland farm is just that powerful. And then finally, one level down from here, we have, this is basically the last level above lava. It's basically Strider stables. There's no real reason to have all these like 8 Striders, but I just wanted it for symmetry. And then down here, you can actually literally just ride if you have a fungus on a stick, you can just open these gates and then ride a Strider right out into the lava ocean, which is pretty cool. I've done that a few times while looking for Strider jockeys. Alright, and now we have to go up, and yeah, as you can see, I told you the nether brick and blackstone pattern was kind of ubiquitous throughout this, along with the glowstone for lighting. Basically, like, the core is nether bricks, and then the outside is blackstone. Oh, and up here, that lodestone allows me to, I have a compass, so that lodestone allows me to find the space from anywhere in that nether, even if I don't have coordinates on. Alright, I think that covers it for the, yeah, this is the south side, so let's go and check out the north side. then here we have the trophy room in the north lobby, which is probably the thing I'm most proud of in this base. So we have a full netherite wither skeleton, a full netherite piglin brute. I did a whole video on how I captured this guy. It was pretty insane. And then a strider jockey. It also took 6 hours to find one of these and get him back here without him dying. I lost like 3 jockeys to that. And then over here, a blaze. Yeah, this basically serves no purpose except just to flex. Yeah, there's eventually going to be a nether highway up there, but there's nothing in that direction, so there's no point building one yet. And however, over here on this side, I do have another highway. This one leads to my wither skeleton. No, it leads to a nether fortress. That's how I got the wither skeleton and the blaze. But I don't really have anything going on at that fortress yet. Hopefully, eventually, I'll build something there, but not at the moment. All right, and then if we go one level down, we have this storage center with kind of like, I like these like pillars of barrels instead of just having chests, and I labeled them, but there's no real rhyme or reason. I just have like random stuff stuck wherever, because yeah, most of it's from the bartering farm because that's crazy powerful, but there's also stuff from my from some other farms and just random junk I've accumulated. Oh, and I also like how I have these these bottom slabs here, so basically they're like shelves, so I can put down shulker boxes without having to worry about mobs spawning on them, so that just gives me some peace of mind. And then down here we have basically an identical storage room, but there's nothing, I haven't yet put any storage in here. It's just when I need it, I have it. And then yeah, and then here's my third and final trading hall in this build. This one is clerics, so I can do something with all the rotten flesh from my gold farm. Although it's just sitting at my gold farm currently, so and I'm too lazy to get it back, and I honestly don't even have enough shulker boxes to transport it back, so it's just gonna sit there. But I can also fortunately get redstone and lapis, and especially glowstone. I love using glowstone as a light source. That's super amazing to get industrial scale quantities of. And then yeah, so we'll go down one level, and yeah. Oh, and I just wanted to point out, like, I sort of mixed regular blackstone and blackstone bricks into these walls to sort of give the impression that it's kind of like worn out. But I mean, I know there are cracked blackstone bricks, but I was kind of too lazy to use those. And then this room, it's the only part of the complex that isn't 100% finished, but it's basically these two machines are auto brewers. The only difference is like this one brews 2-step potions, like splash weakness potions, and this one does like 3-step potions, which is pretty common for like stuff you want to drink yourself. Like there's some regen potions in here. Yeah. And then down here we have the basement. I sort of got the design from this from my Guardian farm base, but it's kind of obviously a different block palette. And then over here we have, similar to the Guardian farm base, we have this like this big room, but this sort of central room with hallways branching off it, but it's just sort of for decoration. Like I have the ceiling pattern with the chandelier and the vines, and then this like floor pattern which has redstone dust on it to block mob spawns. And then over here we have a mine shaft. I don't actually use it, but I just thought it would be cool to have a nether mine shaft. Maybe if I go mining for netherite again, I'll use this, but it just kind of exists. And then over here, we have my nether wart farm, like a really massive nether wart farm. It goes all the way down to like about 70 blocks, and yeah, that's a ton of nether wart. So yeah, I basically I wanted to make a lot of red nether bricks, so I figured it would be good to have one of these, and also it's good for like potion ingredients, and even clerics buy it, but villagers buy so many other things that are a lot less valuable, so I don't really see myself doing too much with that. And then over here we have the final farm in this thing. It's a Basalt Generator. Basically, I did a video on this too, but it basically uses like the whole Basalt generation mechanic and TNT duping, and I've only been... I turned this on right before I started the video tour, and yeah, I have all this, but as you can see, it's like, it does give you some damage when you stand right next to it, so if you're gonna AFK with this design, I recommend like standing a few blocks away, but... And this Basalt Generator is so OP that I just have all this basalt that I don't know what to do with, so it's just sitting here for now. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this base. I hope you enjoy this video, and see you in the next one.